Okay, circumstances card, we have the Nine of Wands. So we get two clarifying cards. We get the Princess of Swords, which is also the Page of Swords. And then we get the Wheel of Fortune. So, Princess of Swords, also known as Page of Swords, you may receive some third-party information or some secret information, or you could even be spying, or someone could be spying for you. But overall, there is communication, there is a message, and perhaps this message is one that you feel that you need to defend yourself or others when you receive this message. But hey, you got the Wheel of Fortune, so luck is on your side. Whatever this situation is, you will be able to handle it because you're prepared for any and all adversity that comes your way. Regardless of the messages that come in here, luck is on your side. Now, from time to time, this can indicate that perhaps you may receive some disappointing news. And this disappointing news, you will have to think quickly and you will have to react and make decisions quickly based off of this disappointing news that comes in. It comes in very quickly. But you got this. No matter what it is, you've got this. You can handle it. And luck is on your side. Okay, we had our focus card, which was the Ace of Cups in the reverse position. We clarify, we get the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. So, we've definitely got some new starts that are not turning out the way that we wanted them to. You know, sometimes this can indicate a false start. Maybe we took a wrong direction in a new start or a new direction that we have went down. Perhaps we did not take into consideration, everything that could occur. Maybe there was a lack of foresight. Maybe we just didn't think things through all the way. Maybe we just reacted and then thought about it later on. And, so this can indicate that there is a need to start completely over. So for some of you that are in relationships, you may desire to completely start over. Whether it's with the same person and you just want to start over again, or just maybe you're ready to start over with someone new. Or maybe if you were doing something, that you love, like, career or, hobby, creative wise, maybe you started down a new path or a new path, and maybe it's just not turned out to be what you wanted it to be. Again, maybe things were not fully thought out. And sometimes we can just be caught off guard with obstacles and delays. And it's because we're being forced to go back to the start again so that we can start over. And when we start over, we really need to look at what caused our new start to fail. We need to identify what we did wrong so that we can prevent it from happening again. This could also be a lack of momentum. Maybe what this new start that you had, maybe you weren't as passionate about it as you thought you were. Always a possibility. Okay. Near future with a Chariot in reverse. And it is clarified by the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is about literally building a mental prison, and it's built out of our fears. And a lot of times with the Eight of Swords, we are feeling very restricted. We're having a hard time making a decision, and fear is the culprit behind all of it, because there's so many fears going through your mind that it just makes it impossible for you to just make a decision and stick with it. But you got to realize that this is taking place within the mind, so what has been done can be undone. You're not really trapped, okay? That's an illusion. You're not really trapped. You don't have to be trapped. You can simply choose to be like, hey, I'm not going to let my fear, maybe my fear of failure, maybe my fear of not achieving this goal, control me. I'm not going to do it. Essentially, you want to rein in control over that fear. Don't let that fear control your behavior or your actions, okay? Because fear wants to paralyze you. It wants to keep you in the same spot like a hamster on a wheel. The hamster's running, but he's not making it anywhere. And that's what fear does to us. So just know that you're really not as stuck as you think you are. Now, for a few of you, this can indicate that you may have someone that you're very close to that could potentially be in jail and or prison. Yeah, that can be quite literal sometimes. But overall, my general feeling for this card is that you guys fear that you're not going to achieve your goal. But don't let the fear control you. Because if fear has its way, you ain't going to make it nowhere. So you have to take control. Okay, our 10 of Cups, our outcome. And it's clarified by the Queen of Wands. So, the Queen of Wands, typically I refer to her as a Leo. But she's a very intuitive woman. That black cat, that is symbolic of her intuition. Now, the Queen of Wands, she has a very dominant presence. When she walks into a room, she will automatically, she or he, because this, could be male or female energy. But with this type of energy overall, no matter what, when this person enters a room, the attention will be put onto them immediately. They have a very commanding presence. Now, the Queen of Wands is excellent at creating new directions. And so, with achieving something that you've been going after, whether this be, family happiness, a happy marriage, a happy home, or maybe you've been pursuing, goals, and it's a goal that's very close to your heart and that you're very passionate about, and something you love doing, okay? Maybe your intuition has a little something to do with it, or maybe you're simply deciding to make a new direction. You've obtained what you wanted, so you may decide to then set another goal and say, hey, I'm gonna blaze a new path this way. I'm going to take my success, because how could we not say success with this beautiful rainbow here? I'm going to take my success and I'm going to start down a new path, or I'm going to blaze a new trail. But overall, the Queen of Wands, she is fantastic at literally creating, manifesting, materializing a new direction to go in. And with an achievement like that, hey, why not? Woohoo! Bottom of the clarifying deck, 3 of Wands. So, yes. So, I believe a lot of you are focused and you are working towards starting down a new path. Perhaps you might be, I apologize for that background noise. Perhaps some of you are considering getting involved in a partnership. Some of you might even be traveling for work here. And this would be like long distance travel, where you would travel over water, by plane or, car over a bridge or literally in a boat. But overall, this is about putting a plan into action. Things are materializing And maybe this is a project that you start yourself, but you will automatically attract someone that's going to want to help you. And this person may want to be a partner. And the beautiful thing about the Three of Wands is this is a card of foresight. So this allows you to be able to look at the situation and plan for just about any scenario. And that way, if something comes up, you are ready and prepared to handle it, regardless of what it is. But this is beautiful. You know, see those ships coming in? They're coming in with cargo. They're coming in with resources that are yours. Hello. That's money coming in. Okay, we had our Ace of Swords clarified by the Princess of Cups, clarified by the Ten of Coins. So hey, maybe this new start that you're pursuing passionately with love, maybe it's to obtain your wealth. Maybe you're focused on your future and you're trying to build your wealth. So far we definitely have 2 tens. So you guys are definitely working towards, completing things. This is wonderful energy. Yes. Okay, we had our Nine of Wands, then clarified by the Princess of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, there we go. So, here we have the Two of Coins. So the Two of Coins is basically saying, you're prepared to handle the adversity, but be prepared to juggle multiple situations. You may have several irons in the fire, but you can handle any adversity that comes your way. Luck is on your side, no matter what type of information that comes in. It could be disappointing, but don't let it throw you off your game because you're prepared to handle it. And this is showing that you just need to keep on pursuing what you want, what you're after, because you can juggle the many different situations that are occurring. You have several irons in the fire, but you are handling it with grace. So don't let any negative news knock you off your path, okay? Okay, we had our Ace of Cups and our Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, then we get the Two of Wands in the reverse position. So the Two of Wands in reverse is basically indicating backwards movement, okay? It's kind of like take one step forward, now take 2 back. We're back at square one. So that's not the best type of energy. Essentially, this is about, true progress is not being made towards the goal that you want here. Maybe for some of you, you're trying to start a relationship, and maybe this is just not the direction you want to go, or maybe you feel like you took the wrong path to this start. But overall, the Two of Wands is saying if you want this, you need to get up and you need to move. You need to work towards this, because with the Two of Wands in reverse, no movement is taking place. You're not doing anything about it. You're just letting it be. So for some of you, you may want to let this be. If this doesn't interest you, then, you may not feel like going after it. But overall, no action is being taken. No movement is being made other than backwards type movement. So some of you may feel like you've backslided a little bit. But the overall message and advice here is if you truly want this, then you need to move towards getting it. But you have to get up and you have to start moving. You got to take action to get what you want. Okay, we had our Chariot in the reverse position. We clarified we got the Eight of Swords. Okay. And then we got the Five of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, now the Five of Cups in reverse, this can essentially there was a loss or a disappointment associated with what you were trying to achieve here. But the overall message here is don't focus on the loss. Don't focus on the grief. Take heart that tomorrow is a new day. And, you will have more chances. But a lot of times, there's a feeling of grief, loss, Sometimes, painful emotions can come up here, and, fear can be pretty painful too. But overall, you're healing, okay? Your hope and your happiness is returning. It will return, and that's really how you need to look at it. Sure, you may have experienced a setback, maybe you experienced a loss, but it is temporary, okay? Because you will heal from it, okay? And your confidence and your happiness, and it's all going to return, and it's going to work for you. It's going to work to your benefit. Don't be afraid to make new plans or to modify your existing plans. Don't be afraid, because with this type of energy, sure, you may have had the disappointment or the loss, but you've got renewed hope. It doesn't have to be trashed completely. This is a personal decision that is for you guys. What's best. Maybe this goal that you were going after, maybe it's something you truly want, and if so, then you need to stay focused, because you will get there. You will get there. You just need to take some time, and rein that fear in. Don't let that fear control you or get into your head any more than what it already is, because you will get what you want and what you're going after if you truly want it. Now, if it's something that you started and you wasn't so sure about it, then you may decide, I'm just going to go in a new direction completely, and that's okay too. We're all different. We all have our own journey, and you got to do what is best for you, and only you know what that is. But overall, the advice here is rise above any loss or disappointment that you have. Rise above it, because your confidence and your hope is coming back, and no matter what type of disappointment or loss this was, it can't keep you down for long, okay? It can't. And also, with this particular energy as advice, you just might be able to come up with a creative solution to solve this issue so that you can achieve it, or you just might simply have a spectacular inspiration about, gee, I should go down this route, maybe I should do this. Whatever it may be for you, just know, rise above whatever this may be. Rise above it, because the confidence is going to return to you. You will get control of that fear, and your confidence will come back. And you can truly achieve whatever you want if you put your mind to it. Okay, we had our 10 of Cups. We clarify we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Ace of Swords. We started, and we're going to end with it. Ace of Swords and 7 of Wands. Okay. So for advice, yes. Swift action and movement. Very focused on getting what you want. Pursuing this new direction. These aces are on your side. But I'm also being shown you've got some stiff competition, and whichever direction you decide to go, there is some stiff competition. With the Ace of Swords, this allows us to stay very focused. So you can compete If that's what you desire to do, you can compete and you can win. It's just a matter of, if you want to. But there is competition. Whatever this new direction is, you will have competition. But hey, if you want it, keep pursuing it and don't give up. Be determined and you will persevere. It's that simple. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck for advice is Hanging Man in the reverse position. So some of you, well, not some of you, all of you, this type of energy, you are hanging on to an outdated, outmoded way of life. You have changed, okay? You've had a tremendous change within you, okay? You are not the same person that you used to be. And when we have the Hanging Man in the reverse position, a lot of times people will try to continue living like nothing has changed. It's like they're trying to continue on in the lifestyle that they've been living, even though that this tremendous change has taken place within them. They're still trying to put that facade back on, and when really what you're trying to hang on to, because this is about hanging on to the past, whatever you're trying to hang on to, it really isn't serving you any more purpose. So you really need to just let it go so that you can move forward. You can't deny that a big change has taken place within you. And so you need to be true to yourself. Don't try to be someone who you used to be when you know that's not who you are now. Above all, you must be true to yourself, okay? Be true to yourself.